Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we are diving into a crucial topic that affects our everyday interaction, that is active listening skill. We have all been there, right? You are trying to communicate something important, but it feels like the other person you are talking to is not listening. No matter how many logical points you make or how much knowledge you share, they just don't seem to hear you out. So, what's going on here? Why do some people seem to struggle with listening? And how can we enhance our own communication skill to overcome this challenge? Let's break it down and figure it out together. First and most crucial point here is that we all think that we are the hero of our own story. We all like to think that we are the protagonist in our own lives, right? It's not that we are intentionally ignoring others or dismissing their viewpoints. It's just that our own version of events feels so compelling and right to us that it can be really challenging to consider others' perspective. For example, imagine you are in the middle of a conversation and you are sharing your side of story. To you, it's clear and straightforward, but to someone else, it might look completely different. This is where the problem lies. Our personal narrative is so ingrained that it overshadows the way we perceive and respond to other people's stories. Second point, people have made up their minds already. Let's face it, we have all been there. You are engaged in a discussion trying to make a point, but it feels like the other person has their mind made up and is not open to any other viewpoints. It's a tough situation because no amount of arguing seems to make a difference. People tend to seek out information that confirms their existing belief and ignore anything that challenges them. And another reason is when someone is deeply invested in their viewpoint, it can be tied to their identity and emotion, making it harder for them to shape their stance. So, change can be scary, and some people prefer to stick with what they know rather than face the discomfort of uncertainty. Point number 3 is opposing view will make the other person feel threatened. Ever been a discussion where you present a different perspective only to have the other person become defensive or upset? It's a common scenario. And it often happens because opposing views can make people feel like their beliefs are under attack. When people hold strong beliefs, as I was mentioning in the other point also, those beliefs can become part of their identity. Challenging those beliefs might feel like the person is under a personal attack. So be careful next time. Fourth point is listening is equal to giving up the authority. Have you ever noticed that in some conversation, when someone is mostly listening and not contributing much, it can seem like they are giving up their authority. This perception can influence how people engage in discussion and can even affect the dynamic of the conversation. When people listen without actively participating, it might be seen as passivity or lack of engagement, which can be interpreted as giving up control. In certain contexts, there are expectations about who should be leading the conversation or guiding the discussion. If someone is only listening, they might feel like they're stepping back from their expected role. Point number 5 is sometimes it's not about the conversation, it's about them. Ever found yourself in a conversation where no matter what you say, the other person just does not seem engaged or responsive? It can be very frustrating, but sometimes the issue is not with the conversation. It's about what the other person is dealing with. They could be having a tough day and struggling with their emotions or stress, making it hard for them to focus on a discussion. External pressures or personal issues might be affecting their mood and energy levels, which can impact their participation in the conversation. And that's a wrap for today's video. We have covered some great points about how sometimes it's not just about the conversation, it's about the person you're talking to and what they might be going through. Stay tuned for more practical advice on improving your conversation and understanding others better. Also, if you have any social or interpersonal issues you would like me to cover, let me know in the comments below. I would love to hear your suggestion and create content that's most helpful to you. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.